Clasico, the biggest game between two of the biggest and greatest teams ever. And I can't lie with you guys. I feel like this El Clasico, it's got a different vibe to it. It's got a different feeling to it. I've never been this hyped up and I've never been this excited for an El Clasico for a long time. I think ever since maybe the two alienses, the two non-humans left La Liga, I haven't been this excited for the Clasico. I've never been this hyped up. I've been thinking about this game for literally a week now, for 2 weeks, bro. And this brings me back to those great days back then. The last couple of years, you get excited maybe a day before. Oh shit, a Clasico. But this one means something. This one's got a lot of purpose to it. Two teams. Who's gonna win? In this video, I will be talking about everything from both the Madrid perspective, the Barcelona perspective. I'll be previewing and I'll be giving you my prediction for the game. Before I go any further, before I start, don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel, and, of course, comment your own thoughts about the game. Comment your thoughts, bro. Who's going to win? Who's going to pick up the crucial 3 points? This is massive. This is massive. Real Madrid unbeaten. Crazy unbeaten in La Liga. Barcelona's doing this. Put it down and predict. I'm quite curious. Put it down in the comments. Listen. Look at this. Look at the table. Look at the table. 3 points separates them. If Madrid wins, they're tied up. Again, the goal difference, of course, favours Barcelona. So Barcelona will still be first for the time being. But look at this. Look at this. Just look at this. However, one thing about a Clasico, this means nothing. If Madrid is 10 points behind Barcelona, it means absolute nothing. If Barcelona is 10 points behind Madrid, it means nothing. El Clasico, form goes out the window, bro. All it cares about is two teams who... bragging rights, bro. You want bragging rights. If you beat the other team, you can use this between fans, between the club. It's a good, confident booster. As for Real Madrid, they are heading into this game with, as you guys know, Thibaut has, of course, been ruled out for this game, similar to Rodrigo. But one person who is back, as you guys all know, is Mr. Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is now healthy. He's now included. It's kind of cheeky. It's kind of petty. It's kind of shameless for them to put him as a forward. Hella shameless. But it is what it is. He's now, of course, been included, part of the 11. For Barcelona, Eric Garcia is out. Eric Garcia has been confirmed out. He hasn't trained with the team. But the biggest question mark for Hansi Flick is one position. As for Real Madrid, there's been some question marks about who's going to be starting. Would it be Tchouaméni as a centre-back? Would it be Tchouaméni in the midfield? Would it be Militao as a right-back? Is Vasquez starting? It's been confirmed that Vasquez will be starting on the right-hand side, similar to Mendy on the left-hand side. So Militao basically starts as a centre-back. Also for Barcelona, the biggest question mark for them is one position and one position only. The rest is pretty much guaranteed. The rest is pretty much predictable. It's only one position, which is the position behind Lewa, in between, of course, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. And at the moment, the French the Barcelona reports are, of course, saying Hansi Flick has doubts about either starting Frankie or starting Fermin Lopez against Real Madrid. And it's been confirmed as well in the presses, where he hasn't decided if Fermin will start tomorrow, despite his good performance against Barcelona and his cameo as well when he came off the bench against Seville, I believe, when he came off the bench and had 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Fermin provides something else. Frankie de Jong provides something else. But this is my prediction in terms of, I'm going to start with Real Madrid. My prediction for Real Madrid for this game is Lunin in goal. Vasquez, Eder Militao, Rudiger, Ferland Mendy, Tchouaméni. I think Luka Modric will start just because of the fact he adds experience. And I don't think... He mentioned, like, Carlo hasn't confirmed whether Luka's starting or not. But he mentioned his name in the press conference where he said at the age of 39, he's still going strong and X, Y, and Z. And he did well with one of the goals that we scored. I think the second goal that we scored against Dortmund, where he assisted. The pass that he made to Mbappe, of course, got deflected, and then he scored. That came from Luka Modric. So he mentioned his name. He gave his flowers in the press conference, which leans me into saying that he might be starting. Fede, Jude, and of course Vinny and Mbappe. As for Barcelona, I am expecting Fermin Lopez to start. If you ask me who am I more scared of, I'm more scared of Fermin rather than Frankie. Because like I said, both of them are quite different. Frankie is much better on the ball, much better ball carrier. In terms of control the game, you need a Frankie rather than Fermin Lopez. But the reason why Fermin Lopez is a bit useful is Fermin has got the smell of a goal, and Fermin likes to press. Fermin doesn't stop running. Like he is pressing, and is going to be running around, chasing second balls and X, Y, and Z. He's going to be a dog. He's going to be very annoying to play against. And it also means Pedri plays in his double pivot. It plays in a double pivot. If Frankie, for argument's starts, let's say for argument's sake, we say Frankie start this game, yeah? Argument's sake. It means Barcelona's going to be playing like this. They're going to be playing like this or like this. Which means Pedri will be pushed a little bit forward, which isn't really what Pedri has done this season, which isn't his best strength, in my opinion, this season. The reason why Pedri has been working out very well is because he's closer to the back line, so he's got much more. He touches the ball more than anyone else, and that's what you need with a Pedri, where you need him to touch the ball. So starting Frankie might hurt him in a way, so that's why I think Fermin Lopez will be starting, in my opinion. That's just my prediction for the Real Madrid game. How can both teams win? What can both teams do? How can this be a success for both teams? I'm going to start from a Barcelona because I want to save the best till end. Because from there, I'm going to give you guys my prediction. How Barcelona can beat Real Madrid, it comes in certain ways. It comes in different ways. One thing that we've struggled a lot this season is the space between our midfield and the defense. It's something that we've struggled with all this game. Defensive transition is not the best. We've got Luka Modric at the age of 39, who can't really do it at the level as he did when he was still younger and fitter and more healthy. Now, the goals that we conceded against Dortmund was just a proof of that. Celta Vigo. There was a couple of moments against Celta Vigo. The defensive shape was all over the place, and there was so much space between the defense and the midfield, where a simple pass to a striker, literally between there, can exploit them, and the other team can take advantage of it. Barcelona has done that very well this season. Whether that's going through the midfield, where a couple goals, the goal against 3 of the goals which they scored against Bayern came through the middle. The first goal came through the middle. The second goal came through the middle, and of course the fourth goal came through the middle. The pass from Lemmy to Rafinha, where Rafinha was between the two defenders, came through the middle. So Barcelona has done a very good job this season, and also we've got Vasquez and Mendy going up against Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, 2 of the most informed wingers alongside others, but 2 of the most informed wingers in the world today. Lamine Yamal against Ferland Mendy, it's not as crazy as this sound, and you might think I'm absolute crazy. As crazy as this sound, I'm more worried about what Vasquez and Rafinha does more than Mendy and Lamine. Lamine is the better player, of course, compared to Rafinha. Rafinha's had a very good season, but Lamine is still the better player. Mendy, I have had a lot of security and a lot of reassurance and a lot of confidence over the past couple of games against Lamine Yamal. He's done a very good job against Lamine Yamal. He's got a very good track record against Lamine Yamal. It's even made Lamine Yamal come out, and I think he had an interview, not a public interview, like, you know, the podcast interviews, where the person asked him, who's been your toughest opponent that you've ever faced? Lamine Yamal said Mendy. He said, my toughest opponent I've faced is Ferland Mendy. Just the way he's on me, the way he doesn't make me breathe, the way he tackles me, the way how aggressive he is, and that's what Ferland Mendy is. I think hopefully he keeps that up. Hopefully he's got the memo and he keeps that momentum. Hopefully he's seen clips of how he's defended Lamine Yamal in the past and he keeps that up. However, The other side of Rafinha and Vasquez, my goodness gracious, this is where, brother, I'm worried. I'm nervous. I'm shaking. I'm shaking about that. Because Rafinha has done exceptional this season. And one thing about Rafinha which goes under the radar is his movement and his positioning. Something which this brother lacks. Yes, I know what you're about to say. Oh, Vasquez, what he did against Barcelona last season. And no one, he scored. Bro, last season, this season is completely different. How Barcelona played last season compared to how Barcelona played this season is completely different. It's completely different. That's why I'm much more worried about what they can do this season, especially on Vasquez, because his positioning is so off. Sometimes he forgets himself that, yo, I'm a right back. And sometimes he pushes up way too back and forgets to leave space at the back. And that's where both of the goals from Dortmund came from. That's where both the goal against Celta Vigo and other chances came from. And all the other chances before Dani Carvajal went down. So Vasquez is the biggest liability in this Real Madrid team. And that's how Barcelona can hurt us. Barcelona can hurt us literally through the middle. Our defense hasn't been strong. There's been a lack of communication between our defense. And there's been a lack of understanding when we push up, when we stay down. When we push up, the offside trap, or something we go down. Something that Barcelona has done very well this season. The offside trap Barcelona, how they've done it, it's been very, very effective. However, it leads me on to how Madrid can win. And this is, as good as this offside trap has been, this is also a weakness against Real Madrid. Because we saw the high line. We saw how Barcelona played the high line against Bayern Munich. And it wasn't good. For about a period of about 15 to 20 minutes, Bayern Munich could have scored 2 or 3 or 4 goals, but then Barcelona regained control of the high line. They regained control, and I think they asked Casado to, you know what, bro, let's just stay a little bit big, and there was much more understanding of the high line in the second half especially. However, the first half, there was a lot of miscommunication when we were pushing up, when we were pushing down. It was too high. It was too high. And it begs to ask whether Hansi Flick will maintain this heading into Real Madrid. Because against Real Madrid, you have two of the most dangerous transitional forwards in this world in both Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. You can talk about Mbappe all you want. However, when it comes to playing when he sees his opponents playing a high line, this is where he licks his lips, bro. Low block Mbappe? Okay. This season hasn't been the best. High line. Bro, Mbappe cooks. Mbappe cooks. Mbappe absolute cooks. And, bro, 4 games, 6 goals. 4 games, 6 goals. And I feel like it's going to happen today as well. Tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. Tomorrow, it might happen as well. So the high line, as good as it has been for Barcelona this season, is also going to be the reason why they will be conceding goals against Real Madrid. Because what we have is players that's built to playing against a team with a high line. And secondly speaking, we have runners, Fede and Jude, Vinny and Mbappe. And we've got creative players that can pick up the ball. Against Bayern Munich, there were so many times, both when the high line was so far up, Palhinha and Kimmich could have played one simple pass over the top, and they failed to do it because Kimmich and Palhinha, they're not those kind of controllers. Someone that can create something. We're talking about one of the biggest creators in world football that this sport has ever seen, and someone who's very underrated. And he's done it more than once for Real Madrid in his first season, last season, or this season so far whenever he's played. Tchouameni and Modric will have a very important job on when to pick up the pass over the top. There's been so many times this season we've tried it, but it's been so shit because we don't know when to do it. Against Barcelona, because Barcelona is going to give us this chance of playing this high line, I feel like we can exploit that, in my opinion, with ease. With ease. Secondly speaking, we're talking about Vinicius Jr., who is absolutely on form at the moment. Absolutely on tear at the moment. And there's no way, yes, Koundé has done very good. Koundé has done a good job this season. One of the best right backs in the world this season. But there's a reason why There's a reason why. Whenever Vini goes against Koundé, it's barbecue chicken. That's the reason why then Barcelona and Xavi realised, okay, let me put Arouco on the right-hand side and let's put Koundé as a centre-back. Because Koundé cannot handle Vinicius Jr. Cannot handle Vinicius Jr. It is simple as that. The game shows it. The head-to-head shows it. Is literally a mismatch between the two. Another mismatch, in my opinion, the three players. I'm giving out three players from both teams who's going to have an X factor. Who's going to have an absolute X factor for both teams. Let's start with Barcelona first, because we leave the best to end, and this is when I'm going to give you my prediction. For Barcelona, the three X factors, in my opinion, the three players who, by the way, when I say X factors, I don't mean the best players. Of course, I know what Lamin's going to do. I know what Rafinha's going to do. But the three players that we need to watch out for, low key, the one that's going to do an underrated job. One person is Kubasi. Real Madrid need one of our biggest problems this season has been the press. Mbappe and Vini, and sometimes when Fede plays or Rodrigo plays and Jude sometimes, we don't really like to press to make it difficult. Against Dortmund, we allowed Dortmund in that first half for about 45 minutes to dictate from the back with absolute ease. There was no press. There was no like this. Sometimes it's good to disrupt the possession. Press them, bro. Make them second guess themselves. Why are we making it so easy for them to build up from the back? And if we give the chance to someone like Kubasi and Inigo Martinez, this team has done a very good job. If we give those two the chance to literally do it and build up and to carry the ball into the half line with no press, they will pick up a pass through the middle, a diagonal pass, something. One of the goals that Barcelona scored was a diagonal pass from Inigo Martinez to Lamine Yamal and Lamine Yamal to Rafinha, and they scored. Inigo Martinez and Kubasi does a very good job in building up for Barcelona. Sometimes you might not need a Pedri. Sometimes you don't need a Casado because you've got those two players that can do it at a high level. So we need to be on them. We can't allow them space and time to pick up their pass with no pressure. So that's the one thing. Secondly, it's Balde. Balde, bro. He's gonna have an important role in progressing with the ball. He's gonna have an important responsibility where sometimes when Rafinha drags himself in the middle, we're going to see Balde invert and we're going to see Balde progressing. We're going to see Balde most of the times being the final third, which is something that Vasquez needs to be careful. But I'm not looking at Vasquez most importantly. I'm looking at Fede. Fede this game has got a very important and crucial role where he needs to track back and he needs to cover and he needs to help Lucas Vasquez at all costs. Whenever he sees Rafinha one-on-one, brother, help. Make a 2 versus double team. Every time, whenever you see Vasquez on an island by himself, double team, help him. At all cost. At all cost. You understand? At all cost. And last but not least, for Barcelona, is Fermin Lopez. I think if Fermin Lopez starts, I think he's going to be the X factor for them. Like I mentioned it earlier. If Frankie starts, I'm not worried. I'm more worried about what Fermin does. Because the profile of Fermin is much more dangerous, in my opinion, against a team like us than a profile of Frankie. Because Fermin Lopez, like I said, he smells the goals. He knows where the goal is. And one of our biggest problems this season is second balls. Whenever that's a ball over the top, whenever that is a challenge, we might win it. We might win the first ball, but the second ball, our players are nowhere to be seen. And that's been so many times this season where the other team has taken advantage of it. Sometimes it's led to a goal, sometimes just led to an attack. And Fermin Lopez is someone that's going to be around here trying to win the second ball, chasing the ball everywhere. So he's going to be an important part for this Barcelona team. As for Real Madrid, I'm looking at three players. And one of those players is not even playing at the moment. But I'll come to it. One person that I'm looking at right this season, Vinicius is going to do his job. I'm not worried about Vinicius Jr. I'm not worried about what Vinicius Jr. is going to do. Kylian Mbappe. I've been very patient with you this season. I've been very, very patient with you this season. Every time I feel like, okay, this is the game for Mbappe. This is the game where Mbappe's going to unlock himself. This is the game that he might do something. This is the game that's going to kickstart his career. Every time I feel like I say it and I get let down. And I say it and you come up with an average performance. I say it and you come with an underwhelming performance. I really feel, and I've had this feeling for now 2 weeks, and I said it in one of my watch-alongs a couple of weeks ago. I feel like a part of me, bro, I've got a sensation in my belly that this is the game where Mbappe is going to kickstart his actual Real Madrid career. And this is the game where Mbappe is going to showcase to everyone he's heard the Vinny Ballon d'Or. He's heard Jude Bellingham. He's heard how this team is struggling without Mbappe, how Mbappe is the cancer of this team. He's heard the media. Mbappe is part of the media. His mum is literally the media. So Mbappe has heard all the chit-chat from everyone. Oh, Madrid has weakened because of Mbappe. Mbappe doesn't make the team better. Mbappe has made Jude worse. Mbappe, X, Y, and Z. He's heard every single report from every single outlet, from every single TV station to every single paper. He's heard everything. And I feel like he's taken notes. He's taken receipts. He's kept that in his mind. And I think this is where we're going to see the real version of Kylian Mbappe. If this is the game where you can't showcase and you can't step up and give us what we actually paid for and what we've been wanting, the play that we've been craving for, desperate for the past couple of years, then I'm starting to think I'm not going to commit the same mistake I did to Eden Hazard. Because with Eden Hazard, I always had that, he's come back from injury. This might be it. And I got let down. I got broken. I got betrayed. I got fooled by Eden Hazard. He made me look like an absolute fool. He cheated on me. He did everything. And I couldn't see it. Because I was so invested in Hazard to finally for him to make it work. I was so zoned into Hazard. Please make it work. Please make it work. I forgot about everything around me. There was some. I had friends telling me, leave him. He keeps cheating on you. I was zoned in. I didn't care. Mbappe, please don't be that person. Don't cheat on me the same way Eden Hazard did. Because I look at Mbappe, and if this is the game that you can't do it, then I'm not going to commit the same mistake with Eden Hazard. I'm not going to give you 2 years for you. Oh, this is the game that Mbappe is going to work out. No. This is the game. I'm not going to lose hope. I'm not going to lose my stock. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those fans. I'm still going to support you. But I really want this to be this game. Please. That's one person. The second person that I'm looking at right now is Antonio Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger. This season, you've been very, not poor, not shit. You've just been below par. Certain times. Please. I need last season Rudiger. I need last season's Rudiger to come into play. I need what I saw last season from Rudiger. The person who last season was the best centre-back in the world. I need that person back. Against a team who's scoring goals for fun. Lewa, look at what Lewa's doing. I want you to not only close Lewa. I want you to sit on Lewa. I want you to eat Lewa for dinner, bro. This is the game that I'm looking at you. For you to carry that back line on your back. And last but not least, is someone who's not even playing. Let's just take Luka Modric for that time being. Arda Güler. You saw what happened against Bayern Munich. You saw that high line. You saw Ulisse. Ulisse had a goal disallowed, but with that pass, with that left winger of his own. Arda Güler is the only person in our team that can do that. That in-swinger, where he does it with his left foot, the Messi pass. You guys remember when Messi used to do it to Jordi Alba, and then he would run. Every time it happens, and I still don't understand, till this day, I still don't understand how teams never got the memo and never got the idea. Every time Messi's here, he sees Jordi Alba, passes Jordi Alba, Messi then runs into the thing, Jordi Alba cut back, and Messi goal. It's happened more, like literally 20, 30, 40, 50 times. The only person in our team that can do that in-swinger is Arda Güler. And with a team that's going to be playing the high line, that's going to be playing that high line, that in-swinger is going to be so effective to someone like a Vinicius Jr., a Jude Bellingham that's going to be running in behind. So Arda Güler, in my opinion, is going to be one of our biggest X factors. Depending on how the game goes, depending on what's going to happen, him coming off the bench is going to be massive and crucial for us. I don't want 5 minutes. I don't want 2 minutes. I don't want 3 minutes. I want him to come on, depending if the result is 1-0 down. If we 1-1, 60 minutes, 65 minutes, 70 minutes, bring Arda Güler on, because he's going to change the game by himself. He has got that ability and that talent that he can do it. My prediction for the game is very simple, very easy. I don't want you guys to laugh about it. I don't want you guys to think I'm stupid or deluded. This comes down to hope. And sometimes hope kills you. Sometimes hope does kill you sometimes. But I've got faith in this team. I really do. I've changed my prediction for the past week, for the past 2 weeks. Sometimes I say Barcelona's going to cook us. Sometimes I say we might have a chance. It's been more Barcelona kicking us. It's been more Barcelona's going to beat us. Barcelona's going to beat us. And I might be deluded. I might just look at this zoned in with my Madrid goggles. And I might be a victim of that. But I do think our players are not gonna let this game slip away. They're not gonna let this game. Barca's not gonna come to our home stadium and make us look like absolute fools. That is not. I'm not comprehending. That's never gonna happen. I don't think that's never gonna happen. I do think tomorrow our players will showcase and our players will step up, will die for that badge. And I think we can do it. Barcelona's been on form. And every single person, I've seen all sorts of predictions, whether that's the media predictions, online. Everyone has rooting for Barcelona. And it's understand, if you are predicting Barcelona to win, I don't blame you. Because look at what we've done this season, which hasn't been good. And look what Barcelona's done this season, which has been very good. So if you got Barcelona winning, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you. And one part, my head is telling me that as well. Because my heart is telling me one thing, and my head is telling me another thing. But on this one, I'm going with my heart. I'm going with my heart. And I'm going with a Real Madrid win. It's not going to be a scrappy win. It's not going to be 1-0, 2-1, last minute. No. It's not going to be how we won both of the Clásicos last season. Jude Bellingham scored in the 93rd minute at Barcelona, and Jude Bellingham scored in the 95th minute at the Bernabeu. It's not going to be one of those two games where it's going to be 2-1, 3-2, last second of the game. This is going to be our best display of the season. This will be our best performance of the season. We have never this season played a good full 90 minutes game. Sometimes it hasn't been a full 60 minutes game. Sometimes it's not even been a 50. Sometimes we've only done one half there and there. But this game, we're going to be zoned in from not on the first minute to the 9th minute. And my heart is telling me this. And I'm going to go with my heart. Real Madrid is going to be winning this game 4-1. 3-1, 3-1. Sorry, 4 is crazy. I genuinely think what happened in the Super Cup last season. I know Xavi, it's Hansi Flick, X, Y, and Z. I just think Hansi Flick is going to be so deluded that he's going to be playing this high line against us. And if he does, we are going to be taking advantage and unlock everything about this team. And when I said 3-1 or 4-1, it's going to be with 3 or 4-1. Mbappe, Kiki, 2 goals. Not 1, 2. Well, put down in the comments. This might backfire so bad. Well, I'm scared. This might backfire so bad. Put down in the comments what you are predicting for this game and how you think this game is going to be. I will see you guys tomorrow. With a watch along. I'm going live an hour before the game. In one of the biggest game of the season. Let's see what's going to happen. I'll catch you tomorrow. I might change my... Nah, man. Hala Madrid, baby.